Hey, what's up everybody? Thanks for tuning in. This is my first YouTube video. I don't got a GoPro or nothing fancy, so I'm going to do my best with what I got. Hopefully it turns out. I decided I'm just going to do pretty much a little bit of everything. I guess whatever content I've got at the time, I'll throw it out there and I'll run with it. So the first thing we're going to go with today, I'm going to do an episode or whatever we want to call it, my project car. It's a 1998 Camaro. I'll let you get a look at it. Here she is. It's a navy blue metallic. Real beautiful color. It's got pretty small tires in the front. I got the ass end on jack stands right now. But the tires that are supposed to be on are these right there. Hey, for those of you that don't know though, check out a wrestling page on Facebook, ETCW. Me and a group of friends, we get together and we wrestle around a little bit. Yours truly is the current world heavyweight champion. So right now I got going on. I got the exhaust off. I'm trying to in the process of putting up a set of dual exhaust. The set that came off was just a single glass pack. It was a MagnaFlow, nothing too special. I'm in the process of putting up a set of it's a Flowmaster with dual SLP tips. The problem I'm having with this is this doesn't mount up in the factory locations that the stock exhaust does, even though it was off of another F-body. So I'm kinda in a little bit of a situation. And this car's got it's got subframe connectors, and the car it came off of did not. So where the pipe is cut at, I'm having trouble clearancing it. So I'm trying to figure out something there. But while I'm right here, something I can think of that really pisses me off. Whoever put these tires on put generic wheel spacers on. They don't even fit the hub properly. So imagine the vibration that would cause at any kind of high speed. It's just ridiculous. Both sides are like that, obviously, but it's something I'm not too fond of. It's original LS1 car. I'm not sure how many owners it's had. It's probably been around the bush, I'd imagine, like most muscle carbon beat the hell out of and mistreated probably. T-top car. The interior's in decent condition. Nothing too exciting. Leather interior. Actually, it's got leather interior out of Trans Am actually. I've got the center consoles pulled out, working on the interior a little bit. Pretty much doing a little bit of everything. Let's see if I can get better lighting. Hold on a second. That really didn't help too much. I had the dash pulled out of here a while ago actually, pulling the HVAC system out. So I don't think I'm gonna have a run with the radio in this. I'm probably gonna do something a little bit different actually. I'm gonna have switches to run like the fuel pump, ignition, electric fans. I'm gonna have an electric water pump, so I'll have a switch in here for that. Just basic race car stuff that probably won't ever get done anytime soon. It's a roller. It's got a small block Chevy LT1 engine cradle in it. So I'm putting a small block back in instead of the LS1. But I did pull the HVAC system out. I didn't see no way was I gonna pay $100 and some for a door they make right there. I think Hawks Motorsports sells that door to cover that panel, so I went and bought a piece of, I think it was 1/4 inch metal, sheet metal, cut it out and put it in there. I saved like a whole lot of money. I think I only had like $20 in it. Saved quite a bit of money with that actually. So onto the engine. It's a 400 small block, 509 high nickel block. It's bored 60 over. Just got it back from the machine shop not too long ago. Got a nice line hone in it. Block was decked. Pretty risky in these going 60 over, but my machine shop guy was pretty confident that it would handle it. He said everything looked good, all the tests and everything were pretty solid when he did them. New brass freeze plugs, new cam bearings. The bottom end was line honed. Over here I got my Weiand Street Warrior intake, my heads and valve covers, cranks right there, and my cam's wrapped up. I think the heads were, well, I can't remember specs on those, or the cam right offhand actually. But up here in this nice cabinet, I've got pretty much everything to assemble the block. I have my rods, pistons, main caps. No, actually main caps are on the blocks. It's just miscellaneous stuff. These rods and pistons actually look fairly nice. They weren't cheap, that's for sure. The bearings and all that good stuff in there, lifters. It'll probably be a while before I get it running. With winter coming up, I'm trying not to put myself in the middle of a project upon a project. I want to leave myself in a spot where I'm not going to ask myself at 1 o'clock in the morning, hey, did I tighten that bolt or not? The car was wrecked previously, as you can see right there. They did a pretty good job at covering up, I guess. I didn't notice it when I bought it, but I took it to the body shop. Had the hood painted and one of the rear pieces painted, and my body shop guy pointed it out. I'll close the hood for you so you can get a view of the hood. I'm glad I didn't buy this hood aftermarket because they're definitely not cheap. Went through a local guy close to me, had this painted. A buddy referred me to him. I'm pretty pleased with the quality that he did. I actually really like it. It turned out pretty good actually. The other piece I had painted is this tailpiece back here by the lights. A buddy of mine went through them, had some leftover black paint he had on his truck. He's got a real nice Cummins. And that white right there is an Arctic white. It's a GM paint code. It turned out real nice too. But I had that black, done black because the wing's black. Kind of mix and match a little bit, I guess. And the mirrors, on the door mirrors are also black. Eventually I'm going to have him paint the entire car. And what he's going to do right along in here, so the blue is going to fade into the black. I think it'll look pretty badass actually. Pretty excited about that. No idea when it's going to get done. Eventually, I guess. Over here, right there, I got the headers. It'll be on the engine inside the car. And I got the white pipe right there along with all the interior components that came out of the car. These tires, previously the car was a burnout car that was used and abused. I mean, just look at the size of these compared to your hand. Things are massive. They are see if I can find the tire size. The 295 50-15s. pretty massive. So the reason they had to have them spacers on, otherwise them tires would rub inside the fender well. Another thing is I've got to run a way bigger radiator than stock, and yeah, I've got to have some aftermarket brackets or something welded in, and I absolutely suck at welding. Went and I bought a welder, got it for a pretty good deal, and the first time I've ever welded, it kind of looks like chicken shit, really. I tried welding this adapter piece onto the exhaust. I mean, it holds, but it absolutely looks like shit. So welding is something that I'm definitely gonna have to practice at. But yeah, it's a work in progress, really. I think coming up, what I'm gonna do is get rid of that ABS module, put in a line lock. 'Cause every race car needs line lock. For the front brakes, you know, when you make a car faster, you need to upgrade your brake system. So what I'm gonna do is done a little bit of research, and I found out that a 3rd gen CTSV, the calipers they'll bolt directly up to the steering knuckle. So that's a nice thing. I was gonna do a Wilwood brake system, but for front and back would have been about $4 grand. So with a little help from some other F-body guys, they pointed me in the right direction with using a 3rd gen CTSV brake setup, and all in it'll be about $700 for the front, $700-800 for the rear. So it's definitely a lot cheaper than, you know, $4 or $5 grand. But yeah, that's really it. You know, I think some people often ask me if I'm ever going to go back to an LS style engine, because that's originally an LS1 car. But I'm just not 100% sure on. I might do a 4.8, maybe a turbo 4.8. I'm not really honestly sure I'm going to do yet. Hoping that the 400 don't ever do a rod delete with as thin as those cylinder walls are going to be. So I'm just kind of playing by ear here. Hopefully everything works out as planned. I've still got the stock LS1 cradle over here, just in case I ever do decide to go back and run an LS1 in the car. Yeah, that's pretty much it for my catfish. That's kind of where I'm at with everything that's... Hold on a second. Everything that's going on with the car. Every update I've got, really. I'm going to be looking for a set of 18-inch, I think it's C6 Corvette wheels, the 5-spoke. I'll need 18s to run with the CTSV calipers. Well, I can run 17s, but I'd have to grind down the caliper a little bit, and that's just not something that I'm willing to do. Let me get in here real quick. As you can see, we're doing about 100 miles an hour, going nowhere. Yeah, so that's that, really. I thought about putting a radio in here. I had one sitting in here and was gonna wire it up, but then I was like, you know what, man? I think that I really don't need a radio, because that right there, that's some weight reduction right there. If I just get rid of the radio, that's probably, oh man, that's a solid 5 pounds. And 5 pounds, you know what that does going down a quarter mile? Well, I'm not sure, but I don't know. I'm sure it helps. I'm sure it helps. Alright guys, I'm pretty much at a a standstill on this. Oh damn, look at that stink bug. Look at that stink bug. Oh, hold on, let me get the focus. Get out of here. Get out of here. Alright guys, well I think that does it for about the first episode, or episode, whatever the hell you want to call it. Yeah, I guess like, subscribe, share, do whatever. I'll try to upload daily, every other day. Hell, I don't know. Throw some ideas below what you want the next segment to be. I could show you the cars that I own, or show you some of the things I've done around my house, my animals, just stupid shit, I guess. I don't know. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys.